Mr. Barroso proudly presents Hamlet, Act 1. Our play begins on the battlements of Castle Elsinore in Denmark. Francisco, a lone sentinel, is guarding at night. I cut all of his lines because they aren't important, but I took the time to color him, so I will use him again later. Bernardo and Marcellus are on their way to relieve him of his duty, and coming with them is Horatio, scholar and friend of Hamlet. "What, has that thing appeared again tonight? I have seen nothing. Horatio says 'tis but our fantasy and will not let belief take hold of him, touching this dreaded sight twice seen us. Therefore I have entreated him along with us to watch the minutes of this night, that if again this apparition come, we can prove our eyes and speak to it." "Tush, tush, 'twill not appear." "Peace break thee off, look where it comes again, in the same figure like the king that's dead." "Thou art a scholar, speak to it, Horatio." "Looks it not like the king? Mark it, Horatio." "Most like. It harrows me with fear and wonder. It would be spoke to. Question it, Horatio. What art thou that usurps this time of night, together with that fair and warlike form and that majesty of buried Denmark did sometimes march? By heaven, I charge thee, speak! I charge thee, speak!" "Break we up our watch, and by my advice, let us impart what we have seen tonight unto young Hamlet. For upon my life, the spirit dumb to us will speak to him." Though yet our dear brother's death the memory be green, yet so far hath discretion fought with nature, that we with wisest sorrow think on him together with remembrance of ourselves. Therefore our sometime sister, now our queen, have we taken to wife, for all our thanks. Now follows that you know, young Fortinbras, he hath not failed to pester us with message, importing the surrender of those lands lost by his father, with all bonds of law to our most valiant brother. Thus much the business is. We have here writ to Norway, uncle of young Fortinbras, to suppress his further gate herein. My dread lord, your further leave to return to France. "Have you your father's leave? What say Polonius?" "I do beseech you, give him leave to go." "Take thy fair hour, Laertes, time be thine, and by thy best graces spend it all at thy will. But now, my cousin Hamlet, and my son." "A little more than kin and less than kind. How is it that the cloud still hangs on you?" "Not so, my lord, I'm too much in the sun." "Good Hamlet, cast thy nighted colour off, and look thine eye like a friend on Denmark. Do not forever with thy veiled lids seek for thy noble father in the dust. Thou knowest 'tis common. All that lives must die, passing through nature to eternity. We pray you, throw to earth this unprevailing woe, and think of us as of a father. For let the world take note, you are the most immediate to our throne, and with no less nobility of love than that which dearest father bears to his son do I impart toward you. If you are intent to return to school, it is most retrograde to our desire, and we beseech you, bend you to remain here, and the cheer and the comfort of our eye, our chiefest courtier, cousin, and our son."
It's hard when your uncle's your new dad.
Oh! Oh, so sad, so very, very sad. Horatio! Would I had ever met my dearest foe in heaven, or ever I had seen that day, Horatio. My father! Methinks I see my father. Where, my lord? In my mind's eye, Horatio. My lord, I think I saw him yesternight. The king, my father! But where was this? My lord, upon the platform where we watched. I will watch tonight. Perchance 'twill walk again. If it assume my noble father's person, I'll speak to it, though hell itself should gape and bid me hold my peace. My necessities are embarked. Farewell. For Hamlet in the trifling of his favour, hold it a fashion and a toy of blood, a violet in the youth of primy nature, forward not permanent, sweet not lasting, the perfume and suppliance of a minute, no more. No more but so? Think it no more. Perhaps he loves you now, and now no soil nor caudle doth besmirch the virtue of his will. But you must fear his greatness weighed, his will is not his own. For he himself is subject to his birth. He may not, as unvalued persons do, carve for himself, for on his choice depends the safety and health of his whole state. And therefore must his choice be circumscribed unto the voice and the yielding of that body whereof he is the head. Be wary then, best safety lies in fear. Youth to itself rebels, though none else near. I shall the effect of this good lesson keep as watchman to my heart. But good my brother, do not as some ungracious pastors do, show me the steep and thorny way to heaven, and recks not his own read.
Dear Laertes, aboard for shame! There my blessing with thee, and these few precepts in thy memory, see thou character. Give thy thoughts no tongue. Be thou familiar, but by no means vulgar. Beware of entrance to a quarrel, but being in, bear it that the opposed may beware of thee. Give every man thy ear, but few thy voice. Neither a borrower nor a lender be. This, above all, to thine own self be true, and it must follow as the night the day. Thou canst not then be false to any man. Farewell, my blessings season this in thee.
Most humbly do I take my leave, my lord. Farewell, Ophelia, and remember well what I have said to you. 'Tis in my memory locked, and you yourself shall keep the key of it. Farewell.
What is it, Ophelia, he hath said to you?
So please you, something touching the Lord Hamlet. He hath, my lord, of late made many tenders of his affection to me.
Do you believe his tenders, as you call them?
I do not know, my lord, what I should think.
I do know. When the blood burns, how prodigal the soul lends the tongue vows. For Lord Hamlet believes so much in him. Do not believe his vows.
I shall obey, my lord. The air bites shrewdly. It is very cold. It is a nipping and an eager air. The king doth wake tonight. Look, my lord, it comes. Angels and ministers of grace defend us. Be thou a spirit of health or goblin damned. Bring with thee airs from heaven or blasts from hell. Be thy intents wicked or charitable. Thou comest in such a questionable shape that I will speak to thee. I'll call thee Hamlet. King, father, royal Dane, oh, answer me. It beckons you to go away with it, as if some impartment did desire to you alone. My fate cries out, go on, I'll follow thee.
I am thy father's spirit, doomed for a certain term to walk the night, and for the day confined to fasting fires, till the foul crimes done in my days of nature are burnt and purged away. List, oh list, if thou didst ever thy dear father love, revenge his foul and most unnatural murder.
Murder?
Murder most foul. Now Hamlet here, 'tis given out that sleeping in my orchard a serpent stung me. But know thou, noble youth, the serpent that did sting thy father's life now wears his crown.
My uncle!
Sleeping within my orchard upon my secure hour, thy uncle stole with juice of cursed Habanon in a vial, and in the porches of my ears did pour the leprous distilment. Thus was I sleeping by a brother's hand dispatched. Let not the royal bed of Denmark be a couch for luxury and damned incest. But howsoever thou pursuest this act, taint not thy mind, nor let thy soul contrive against thy mother aught. Leave her to heaven. Fare thee well at once. Adieu, Hamlet, remember me.
Hamlet swears vengeance on the king and plans to act mad so as to catch him off guard. After swearing Horatio to secrecy, he begins his plot. But will it succeed? Will he trick Claudius and get his revenge? Find out next time on Hamlet, Prince of Denmark.
Yay!